Hello and welcome to another episode of Real Shit and Real Issues with me, Zian Harrington. It's a lovely morning outside here in beautiful San Diego, and today I want to talk about sexual tension as I hit this joint. Just trying to light it up real quick. Get shit started for y'all. Alright. Today's lesson is about sexual tension. Gentlemen, this is for you and your knowledge. But ladies, feel free to pay attention if you want. What is sexual tension and why is it important? Well, let me tell you. Sexual tension is a very important emotional connection that you need to make with a woman. It's very vital. Oftentimes, why men can't keep good women around is because they don't know how to create sexual tension. They don't know how to give a little, take a little, give a little bit more, and then get on something else. Well, sexual tension is about creating an air of unpredictability. It's about how you talk to a woman. It relies heavily on communication, not just talking to someone, not just talking to a woman, but communication. Communication comes in many forms. There's direct communication, there's indirect communication, verbal, nonverbal, i.e. body language. When a woman feels sexual tension around a man, she doesn't know what will happen next. She has feelings of anxiousness while she's around him. As I said, it creates this air of unfamiliarity and unpredictability. And it, strangely enough, puts her in her comfort zone. Alright. I had to let that one out. It gives her feelings of anxiousness. It has her feeling as though something totally unexpected could happen next. And she's almost thinking that. She is thinking that. It gets her emotions going. It makes her feel things that she doesn't normally feel. Women feel an air of sexual tension around men they're attracted to. Men who know how to create sexual tension are pretty good with women. They're very good. They know how to make a woman feel certain things that she doesn't feel all the time. They know how to get her emotions going. They know how to activate the emotional side of her brain. See, the problem with a lot of men nowadays is what they do. Men will sit here and engage the logical side of a woman's brain. And women are not logical for the most part. Now, don't hate me when I say that women are rational, but they kind of are in a sense. They don't like to talk about the logical things that men like to talk about. They don't like to talk about spreadsheets and shit that happened at the office and cars and the inside of the car engine looks like. They don't like to talk about all that junk. Women like to talk about stories. They like to talk about life. They like to talk about things that just give them a sense of new life, almost, so to speak. As I said before, sexual tension is a vital emotional connection that needs to be made with most women. I'm sorry. That was very rude. Sexual tension variably heightens the anxiety level in an interaction with a woman in a positive way. I would hope. If a woman is feeling sexual tension, in a negative way, then she's probably trying to repress her sexuality. I'm not trying to ruin my camera time with you guys. I just wanted to find an excuse to smoke a joint on camera and kind of talk about something that I like to talk about. If you want to increase your chances of keeping a woman around, then you need to learn how to create some sexual tension with her. It's probably out. I'll light it up back in a second. You need to learn to create sexual tension. Men, oftentimes, as I said, you talk about the most boring shit. I've heard women talk about very boring things, and they'll sit there, and my thing is that women just say, oh, I like to chill and hang out and shit. Well, that would be, me hearing that is the equivalent of you talking to a woman about what you do at the gym and how you lift weights. She doesn't want to hear about that. She can see it in your muscles if that's what you're really doing. She doesn't want to hear you talk. You know what I mean? That's the equivalent. That's the example, the related example that I'm conveying to you. I'm taking the same scenario and applying it to that. Women do not like to hear about what you did at work and all that shit. They want you to think outside the box and hold their attention, put some effort into holding their fucking attention. Don't just sit here and think that you can sit in front of a woman and she's gonna be all goo goo gaga and totally in love with you. Say something to her. Fuck. And it's not always about what the fuck you say. Sometimes it's about what you do. And when I say what it's about what you do, it's about your body language. It's about how you move. Touch her. Don't think that you can't, like, get next to a woman and not touch her. You're going to have to touch her and make physical contact with her. That's another way to create sexual tension. Touching a woman, making physical contact with her. You understand? At some level. You know? You can create sexual tension by being direct with a woman. And that's really all I wanted to say. So, in conclusion, men, if you would like to increase your chances of keeping a good woman around, or any girl at all that you really like, learn how to create some sexual tension. And you'll keep her around. She'll be interested. Because you'll feel better about yourself and you'll feel more confident when you know how to create sexual tension with a woman. Trust me. It'll when you know how to do it, you're aware of what's going on. And that's that's a large part of creating sexual tension, knowing about what's going on between you and a woman. I mean, the signs, her body language, reading her, and all that, and doing you at the same time. So that's all I have to say. I will see you later.